You wanna know what she said, she might just change your life.
We, in this, I mean, you don't so much in LA, but here we have extremes.
It's extreme,
where
right.
we go from minus 30 to,
plus 30.
To plus 30, and people, sometimes have a problem adjusting and realizing that dogs, and all pets.
Well, we want people to know that dogs and cats, interestingly, but more dogs, because dogs usually are outdoor more often, they suffer the same winter issues that we do. We pack on a few extra pounds, and it's time to get out, enjoy the beautiful weather. Mm-hmm. Didn't start so gorgeous today, but now it's beautiful out there. It gets hot, and our tendency is, okay, let's get out and start doing it, let's start playing, but we have to realize that you have to exercise some caution. Number one, because they have put on a few pounds, it may be more difficult for them to start exercise. Number two, dogs have a tendency to overheat. One of the biggest problems we see with dogs is that this lack of hydration. So we want to prevent this dehydration. We do so by making sure we provide lots of water. If you're going to keep them outside during the day, they need two things importantly. Number one is shade. And number two is a constant supply of water. And one of the recommendations I've made, because we're learning more and more about what we call mixed feeding, is that 70% of owners feed their dogs just dry food. I'll admit I was one of them. And now we're learning that there's so many benefits to feeding a canned food diet as well. And one of them this time of year is the added hydration, not just for the water content, but for organ function as well. In cats, for example, we see a lot of urinary tract problems, as with small dogs. And there's Riley playing on his toy. He's having a blast. He's heard me talk about this before. He's bored already. So the issue is that when it comes to the kidney health and urinary tract health, that extra water is important, not to mention to prevent dehydration when animals are outside and exercising and having a blast. Other things, teeth. Right now he's been chewing on this great dental, device. Yeah. It's a Nylabone product. It's really good. And greenies are fantastic for this. Dogs love them, and it's a great way to, in addition to using just dry food. And again, people think that they have to go out and get, oh my God, I have to get all this specialized foods. It's like, no, there's some great products. You just go to your market. Yeah, there's so many varieties. You got Pedigree, you got Iams, you got Caesar, you got, for cats, you got Whiskas. I mean, all these things are just great foods that you can feed, and they're so easy, and you don't need anything special. Another thing is to evaluate their weight. Just be careful, because we want dogs to exercise. So look for really fun things that they want to play with. I mean, again, you have a retriever, show them a tennis ball, you're set for life.
Yeah,
but a lot of dogs need a little help, and there's some great things to do to get dogs to start enjoying the play, the exercise time, not to mention the bond that we develop with our pets when we're out and doing
and stress
and
relief for us by playing with them. It's the greatest stress reliever in the world.
Right, absolutely.
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.